Hello there, and welcome to Cityline. I'm zooming from my kitchen into your area, wherever you may be, and it's great to be with you. We have a lovely hour ahead of us. Later on, we'll be talking with the Eastside Farmers Market. Annika has brought a couple of her vendors with us, so we'll get to chat with them. WorkSource Pierce One Stop Center is reopening, and they're going to be here to talk about what that means for you being the business owner here in Pierce County. And they have some fun news for us. Scott will be here from Sound Transit. What is going on with Sound Transit? Everywhere we go, at least me, I see all kinds of construction projects being completed, and I am so happy. So we'll get the last details from our dear Scott. And then the Humane Society will be here. Julia's here with our Pet of the Week. And then speaking of Pets of the Week, these two women are so phenomenal. They work for, one of my favorite organizations, Metro Parks, and they're here to talk about summer fun. Please join me in welcoming Mary Tuttle. You are the Metro Parks District-wide Program Manager. Hello, my dear, and welcome back.
Hello, it's so good to see you.
It is great to see you. I think about you all the time when I drive by a certain real estate office here in Tacoma, and I have to always say hello, Sugar Pea, to you. So it's good to see you, Miss Mary. You brought with you this beautiful face over here, Jeffrey Peters. And for people who don't know you outside of Metro Parks, Mama, you're a theater legend here in Tacoma. You are the Metro Parks Risk and Safety Officer. That's a very serious title, Miss Jeffrey.
Yes, it is. One that we take very serious here. So this, for us, COVID has been interesting. Thank you.
Oh, I bet it has, because, last time I checked, creating opportunities to learn, play, and grow was still the name of the game. So, we have to do it safely. So, Jeffrey, so much has changed since the governor's announcement reopening the state on June 30th. How have those changes impacted Metro Parks operations?
Well, I think you've got to go all the way back to, March of 2020, when we had this initial safe start, shutdown, and stay-at-home order. And, at that time, I think there's a lack of understanding that Metro Parks in itself is primarily operated off tax dollars. And the fact is, we're only about half. Most of our revenue, or about, I think, 42% of our earned revenue, it does come from, admissions. It comes from memberships, programs fees, sponsorships, and grants. And so when we had this initial shutdown back in March, it immediately
It impacted us. Yeah, as Jeffrey was saying, pretty immediately impacted us. And we did go into what we call essential services. So many people noticed that some of our parks, because we didn't have enough, maintenance crews, and we were really just trying to do the bare basics and comply with all the safety requirements. People may have noticed that, some of our parks weren't kept the way that they had been previously.
Jeffrey, I saw that on ABC National News, our park crews, they scrambled to open all 10 of the spray grounds ahead of schedule to help our community endure the 100-degree heat that we don't do well. If viewers were, inside in front of the air conditioner, those that had them and missed the story, can you tell us about this?
Absolutely. When we do this, it usually takes about a month for us to open up all of our spray parks. One of those reasons is because we do remove all of the spray features. Our spray parks have been closed for 2 years. And so for us, it takes the time to go out, put on all this new equipment, check. We need to check the technology. We need to check the chemical levels. We need to spend this time troubleshooting. And then we have about a week where we start running everything over and over. And it allows us that opportunity to make sure everything is perfect for when we do open for the public. We had a week when we realized that this hot weather was coming in. So our parks crews, who are also maintaining all of our parks, they're still picking up all the garbage, they're still cleaning restrooms, they're still doing everything they normally did, over and beyond, hustled. Because knowing that as parks crew, they take pride and they have passion in what we do, but a lot of them also have young people that are in their lives. and understand how critical it is for some of these water features, especially in this hot heat, but that has on the impact on our families. So over a week period of time, there was overtime involved. There were many hours, but these guys went out and got our spray parks open for Tacoma. And it's really what they did and how they did it is absolutely incredible.
Absolutely. So big round of applause. Spray grounds are open, but it leaves the other shoe we have to ask about, Jerry, and that's what about pools?
Correct. Currently, we have 3 indoor pools that are open and our 2 outdoor pools are open. However, right now, everything's running with this kind of reduced hours of operation. And the reason why is typically as we move into summer, we have about 320 lifeguards on duty. And this year, we're running at about 54. So that's, a 17% of our, normal employee level that we have to keep our pools safe. And there's a lot of training that goes in. We've had these jobs kind of posted since March, but we've had to get creative. We knew it's important to have these outdoor pools open, especially in the heat. So we're borrowing from our community centers lifeguard staff. We're moving them over to our outdoor pools. And in return, that's kind of put this universal reduction and limited number of hours on all of our pools, but they are all currently open.
Is the lifeguard shortage tied to the shortage of workers that we all know is happening right now? And if it is, are there other services being impacted?
It is, and I don't think it's a secret. I'm sure people have probably seen, on ABC and other news channels that have talked through the shortages felt across the United States. And, we're seeing it with park maintenance, our field crews, facilities, programs. Everybody's feeling that impact.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's one of those tighten the belts and boots on the ground. So, Jeffrey, based upon the shortage, it sounds like there's a lot of opportunities to work for Metro Parks this summer.
Absolutely. We encourage individuals to go to our website, so metroparks.org/careers. And there you will find not only seasonal summer staff opportunities, but you're also going to see full-time career opportunities as well.
Outstanding. So, Mary, for as long as I've known you, you are synonymous with the summer camps. I mean, I have hysterical stories of you when you first started. I think you were just a coordinator and you were contract, putting on these incredible camps in the summertime. So let's talk about what can kids and families look forward to this year. And thank God they're back.
Yeah, we are so excited to be welcoming our just kids back to camp. We've got hundreds of kids enrolled in our camps, everybody from the zoo all the way through recreation day camps to the nature center. And at this point, we still do have many kids that are on wait lists. And again, that is because of the staffing shortages. We can only allow as many kids in that are safe according to the number of adults we have. We are continuing to recruit, and we hope to be able to move some of those kids off wait lists and into camps. But the ways that we've been impacted are, we've got a partnership camp with Tacoma Public Schools serving children who are just, I guess, they are children with disabilities. And we were supposed to be serving 70 a day. We only have enough staff to be able to do about 25. Another example of that is that we've got day camps at Baker and Jason Lee that we thought we would be able to serve 70. We're around 40. Our sports camps are impacted. One exciting, though, piece of news that happened right before the holiday was that Tacoma Public Schools' Next Move internship program recruited 40 high school students to come in and work in these camps. And they are serving as the backbone for our day camps that are happening at Titlow. And if it were not for them, we wouldn't have arts camps happening. We would not have day camps happening. We would not have camps happening in many places across Metro Park. So we are very grateful for that.
Absolutely. Huge shout out to them. Mary, one of the things I think that we all could look at during the pandemic that was just so prevalent on social media was the weddings and receptions that got canceled, that people tried to shift around. Some made them virtual, some are still waiting for that day to happen. So are those back on too? Because Metro Parks does a booming business of weddings and receptions at their beautiful facilities.
Yeah, so the good news is for people who want to get married this summer, we have space for you. We are booking our weddings and receptions and special events. That is happening. So that's kind of a joy of us coming out of COVID, are people being able to get together and celebrate like that.
Let's talk about events, because Metro Parks is known for their events in the summertime. So what can we expect this summer now that we've got receptions and weddings back?
Well, with events, we are issuing permits again, and that is something that we weren't able to do last year. We're also going to be providing some of our events. On July 9th, we've got Rainbow Center and the Grand Cinema. They partnered to host a community movie night at Wright Park. So Saturday Church will be played, and that's part of Pride Week festivities. And then on the 10th at 10 a.m., we will be celebrating, pardon me, the reopening of Dickman Mill Park. And if you haven't seen the improvements there, it is phenomenal. The Mary Koss sculpture is there. It is part of our public art program. It's amazing to look at. We're also hosting Wooden O, Shakespeare in the Park, and it'll be the Comedy of Errors on July 30th at Wright Park and August 6th at Dune Peninsula from 7 to 9 p.m. And for those who were familiar with Shakespeare in the Park in the past, we get around 650 to 800 people coming in. And it really was just a little bit too big to enjoy the way that Wooden O intended for the audience to enjoy it. So we are excited to be able to have a second location at Dune. And then we've also got the Movies Under the Stars at Star Center. Moana is on July 30th. We've got Black Panther on August 6th. Coco on August 13th, and Raya and the Last Dragon on August 20th. And I just want to say, we hope that our community they will feel excited that there is, even though it may be a smaller array of offerings for this summer, that there is stuff for them to do, and that they gather with their friends and family and are able to come out and enjoy these free activities.
I love that. And I received an email about the community centers currently waiving fees. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so we learned a lot about our community in terms of needs and interests during the pandemic. And then as we reopened centers, we realized that we need to be looking at our community service offerings a little bit differently. And we really do need to intentionally engage with community to find out what is of value to them. So as a result, we are offering free all center passes while we reach out to community and figure out what they want. And our outreach and engagement team is going to be talking with the community during the summer. They're going to be conducting intercept surveys. We really want to be able to bring that information back into Metro Parks so that we are able to figure out how to better serve.
And that's what Metro Parks does so well is listen to the people and then meet their needs by serving their needs. And you've got years upon decades of that. So Jeffrey, in addition to that, we also have the Zoo and Northwest Trek. Give me an update on that.
Yes, Point Defiant Zoo and Aquarium. Currently, if you are a member, you can enter at any point in time. We're asking general population to please continue to buy their tickets online, as we'll keep doing time ticket entry over at PDZA. Over at Northwest Trek, you can buy tickets at the door, but you do save $3 if you buy it online. And do want to share that the tram is currently down for those tours. However, Wild Drive is still a wonderful option if people haven't already done it. And if they have done it, the Northwest Trek, we've actually opened up some other roads inside. that have historically been closed. So it's a new experience. If you did it last year and you want to do it again, take the opportunity to try that and see it again.
Oh, great suggestion. Mary, as you and I have said for years, nobody does this alone. I mean, Metro Parks is the bar setter for partnerships and collaborations here in our community. So who would you like to thank before we say goodbye?
Our frontline staff.
Yeah, boy. Let me tell you something. There is not any amount of money that can pay them for what they do and for their availability and for the patience and grace they have with parents who are going, okay, we're back. What do I do now? So, yeah, frontline workers, absolutely. Anything else, Mary?
Yeah, acknowledging, like Jeffrey said earlier, when you see our crews out, please say thank you. They have been working so hard to try to, open a district. It's not easy to do that.
Absolutely. Well, I want to say thank you to both of you and the teams that you represent that we couldn't fit into the Brady Bunch squares for this segment, and for how hard all of you work and for the inspiration you provide for us. And thank you for flipping the switch on summer so we can actually have a summer this year.